Hey guys, this is Jason Price here with the Hunting After Dark podcast, and this is, of course, my co-host Justin Rumley here, and we have a special guest today, and we have Ryan Rogers here with Visor Incorporated, and he has some new products here. They are a new thermal company that's coming to the market, and I wanted to bring him on. We've got to kind of look at some of these products, and we've got to test some of their stuff here before. We've been great working with them kind of behind the scenes here. We're doing some product testing, so we're wanting to put some of that stuff out there for these guys. But I have been really excited, and Ryan here has been talking to me a lot about their new products. But considering that there's been a lot of new entries this year into the thermal market, we don't always bring everybody on board. And here at our store and our location here, unless we go out there and test those products and get hands-on with them. So I want Ryan just to explain a little bit about Visor and their new product line that they're coming out with and some of their transitions into their RIX line. But I wanted to have Ryan here talk and just talk about the company and then the products they have here.
Yeah, perfect, man. So Visor is one of the U.S. distributors for infrared, but then we also have our own brand RIX. The cool thing about these is they're the first thermal scope on the market to have an optical zoom. So it's a variable zoom. It's similar to what I would call like a single focal plane with your, with a regular daytime scope, to where it makes the whole image and the reticle and everything get larger in one picture together.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to have a little bit of that, in like the pro guys. I know I've talked about, either it's on Feral Texas Outdoors YouTube channel or here on the podcast, that variable zoom and optical zoom, that is where everything is going. That is the future of thermal optics. This is going to be the first line scope that actually has it go all the way up. I know I didn't pull out the spec sheet here for this unit, but I can tell you, you're not just doing this 1.5 to 3. Like, you're going actually up full magnification.
It's like a 3. They're both different because the base mag is slightly different. Mm-hmm. So I think one's like a 2x8 and the other one's like a 3x9 optical zoom, because it's already the base mag of 3. So when you optical zoom it as well, it's more magnification when you're actually looking at the screen.
Well, the thing that surprised me, guys, if you can see this unit here, you could see how there's kind of like a little throw lever that's built in. Everybody loves throw levers there for the focus knot, but there's a throw lever here for the variable, just like a variable scope would be towards the back. Yeah. This thing is easy to use. It's smooth transition. You never lose the sight of your target. We were out there 200 yards today out here looking outside, and we never lost sight of the target. So it does have this pop-out stick here, but you actually fold that down. So if guys are worried about that catching, you actually can fold it back down and have a nice stem profile again, but then be able to throw it back up, adjust on the fly, throw it back down if you're going to do that. But the thing that did surprise me, and Ryan showed me here, is I thought it was kind of like optical, and that's it.
No, so it's got optical and digital together.
So having the digital on top of that, what did you think, Justin? It was
pretty dang cool, man. I was out here looking at the convenience store down the road, and I zoomed in with that optical, and then he still got more with the digital, so it's pretty dang handy and pretty beneficial, I think.
If you want the zoom, it is here. It is in this scope. Just the 35-34. We're sitting there zooming in on a guy's car window out here at 200 yards. We're like, oh man, if you wanted to pull a shot off at 200, it would not be a problem at all. So
pretty dang easy.
This past weekend, I was looking at a raccoon actually, and it's one of those targets that we see and we're like, oh man, is that a fox? Kind of.
It could go either way.
It could go either way.
Yeah.
And I was about 100 yards from it, between 90 and 110, and it was on the other side of a pond. And I just zoomed in with the optical. I didn't even mess with the digital. And once I did the optical zoom and zoomed in on it, like I could dang near see like the bands and its eyeballs. Well, and I could just tell perfectly what it was. Versus digital zoom, and then just seeing a brighter block.
Yeah. What was interesting is that the variable focus on the optical zoom on this, I didn't have to refocus. I could have to have it a little bit maybe sharper, but for the most part, I didn't have to adjust my front focus at all.
It all stayed pretty dang clear.
Yeah, so it's the same thing. You're looking at the same screen. So whatever you're looking at, once you got your diopter set and your focus ring is set, you zoom it in, you're just zooming in on that, but not digitized to where you're just making the pixels larger essentially.
Yeah.
You're actually zooming in on the screen.
And guys, I know that some of the things that everyone's talking about where it stops, is it stepped, is it not stepped, what it is. On the optical zoom, I mean, you can stop it anywhere in this spot.
Yeah.
I mean, just anywhere along, you can just stop.
So
Say,
it's
I'm
basically
good
like
now.
a group of floating lenses inside there that achieve that simultaneous steady movement. And the more it's like your single focal plane rifle scope.
Yeah, I mean, this is as close to a variable scope as you're going to get in the thermal world. Even though the digital does have the small stepped here with the right turret here to do that.
But it's in increments of like 0.1, 0.2.
Real,
so it's
real
like
small increments.
it's not going from 2 to 4 to 8 and then to 12 times. Like it's
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't think I'll ever even use the digital.
I was gonna say,
I
that's probably
think
gonna be-
it's- the optical is so superior here. Just being able to do this on the fly, being able to just. Of course, we're holding it here, not on a gun, but I mean, I don't even know
so
if I'd ever.
even combining the digital and the optical zoom together. I know that when we were out a few days ago, there was some deer about 300 yards away, and I was just kind of messing around and testing it. From where we were, they looked like does. And then I zoomed in optically and then did the full digital, and I could see the antlers on 2 of the deer out there.
See them out there
And
in
so I
velvet.
was like, man,
Got some blood flow in the velvet.
Pretty good.
But they were at least 300 yards away.
I mean, I know there's some specs that we can probably throw up here later, and do some editing, but
Yeah.
they're the 2 thermal scopes. Oh, as I'm knocking things around here, the 2 thermal scopes here. So we have the RIX, which is what we're going to label this product line,
So that's the brand name is RIX.
and then we have Leap L3, and this is the
The 384.
384 12
35.
micron, 50 hertz refresh rate, and then they have a 35 millimeter lens here with
And
optical.
then the net D, there's a lot of questions that we get about net D. I believe it's 25.
Yeah, that's real good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it looked like to me. I mean, it's like it is very high end optic here, and I will say one of the big questions, when we see these scope style thermals, is we always get questions about the battery system. I
Right.
think that we have a real big plus here. Optical's awesome. It's going to be like one of my favorite features here, but the one thing that I think is also going to be a big game changer here is also the battery system. Battery system here is an 18650, guys. So things that you run on your flashlights, if you've been a light guy forever, I mean, we've got a keep power right here. And being able to swap that and be able to do that, because we get questions about internal rechargeable battery systems. all
That's
the
always
time.
the big question. Always.
Now, guys forget to charge it. Guys are worried about longevity, which we'll get into your warranty and all that here.
Yeah.
But I think that's a big plus, that you forget to charge the sucker. Or you guys up north, you're worried about those rechargeable battery systems getting exposed to cold weather.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, throw those 18650, put 2 in your pocket, keep it inside, you keep it warm. You run down one, throw the other one in, and keep on rolling. I mean, in battery swaps, it was just as easy as I did that there. I mean, I've got it popped out, put it back here. It's a locking latch, spring loaded. I mean, that was a battery change. I mean, I honestly think that's a big plus too.
Yeah.
I mean, that the battery on here, that's always something we look at, when we talk about battery. I mean, regardless of, we're trying to look at battery longevities and things like that. But how quick can you get up to a full charge? Well, we keep those 18650s full charge. I mean, we're there. We're not having to go charge the scope up or another. So I think that's real beneficial because we do constantly get that. And so what's our warranty on these scopes right now?
So 5 years on the unit, 10 years on the sensors. You break it, you need it replaced, something doesn't work on it. Pretty much everything other than looking at the sun is the big one. That everyone talks
Hey
about.
guys, don't throw it in the
look,
sun.
Don't look at the sun. But 5-day turnaround. So by the time we receive it, if we can't fix it in 5 days, send you a new one.
Yeah, you're shipping it down here to Texas, right?
Yeah, coming from Dallas. It'd be shipped from Dallas.
Yeah. So similar to what we're seeing in a lot of other companies, pretty much everything's now here in Texas. I mean, pretty much all the manufacturers. There's not too many that are not. So,
But there's a lot of them when you send stuff back, you don't know when you're getting it back,
True,
and you don't know who's messing with it or if it's even going to be working
As
by
I
the
said-
time you receive it.
Yeah, that's always huge, especially whenever you get some of these varmint guys hitting it hard and heavy in the varmint season. Shoot, something goes down on them. the biggest thing.
You're
Hey, how
done.
quick can I get it back? I was like,
Yeah.
we've got 5 days. We got Monday through Friday that, it's our downtime, and then Saturday, Sunday, we're moving, we're hunting, and
Yeah.
they want to get it back within that 5 day time frame as always.
One thing, I don't mean to go back step in here.
No,
there,
it's fine.
there is a USB-C port here.
Yeah.
That's, of course, to pull the data off, but also can run external power, guys. So I wanted to not neglect to mention that on this unit, that you can have other power options, because you get some guys that do want to run those external powers. But, I mean, that's awesome for a 5-day guarantee.
Yep.
That's pretty cool to have scopes. I mean, that's competitive in the industry. And so, I mean, that's going to be kind of hard to beat. We have other options here within this scope. I mean, we've already got 2 great ones with the battery, and then also the optical zoom, but we have video and audio.
So we got video and audio and recoil activated video. So if you forget to turn it on, it's gonna automatically sense the recoil and start filming, 10 seconds prior to the shot and then after your shot. It's also, instead of holding the camera button to turn your video on, you just click it. One click, and that starts your recording. Everything's ran by these knobs here on the top. So twist over here on the left side, that turns the menu on, and then you can scroll through there, and to move things around, you'd scroll the top or this right side knob. So there's no more fumbling between 5 different buttons in the middle of the night trying to look at, what button am I pushing? I mean, even once you know where all your buttons are, you still have that
You're
type
always
of
gonna mix
worry
them up.
or mix them up of like, oh man, am I fixing to hit the wrong one?
I mean, I like the big grips that are on it, but also it is not easy, like, bumped. I mean, you really have, not saying that it's hard to turn, but the thing is, it's not going to be something like you roll across something that's going to turn your dial.
There won't be no accidents either.
Yeah, there won't be accidental
And
rolling
even
of
if
dials.
if you did, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like even if you twist this one, like this is your digital zoom. So if you accidentally bump that from a 3 to 3.2, I don't think you're gonna notice the difference really. The other one just turns on the menu, and if you don't touch anything else, the menu will automatically shut off in like 5 seconds. So it's you have a little bit of room to mess around with things there.
Sorry, guys. You want to take 1 second? Jessica, you cannot be on the phone when we're doing this. I'm picking you up on the mic. Jessica. Jessica. You can't do that. We can pick you up on the microphone. Sorry.
Now you got
Sorry
some
about
work
that,
to
guys.
do
I'm
to
gonna
edit.
stop. Yeah. So
Make you
now I
edit a
gotta
little
make
bit.
one
Get
edit.
you
I'm just
some
like,
work in.
I know she.
Bleep.
I mean, they're sensitive. My wife's, yeah. Let's just keep going. So sorry. All right. So
I don't remember where I was.
no. I think the biggest thing here is that we do have 2 thermals here, and we actually have a digital night vision unit. But
Yeah.
before we get over to it, I do want to just finish up here with the thermal that you have right here. So we have 2 models. So we have the 35-34 that we just mentioned, but then you have a 50 millimeter 640, 12 micron, 50 hertz refresh rate unit. And, it looked really good.
They're great.
I really liked it. To have a 5640. I know that the big questions about, before we go hop over here to the digital night vision unit is, what are our prices for our 3D4?
The 384 is retailing for $22.99 right now.
Awesome. Hey, man, that's going to be a heck of a deal to go hop into the newest technology with optical zoom. That's going to be really cool.
And then the 640 is $37.99.
It's gonna be hard to beat, man.
They should be priced a lot more, to be honest.
Yeah,
but
you're going to be making
looking
a
at
lot of guys mad out
quantity.
there.
They're looking at doing quantity over making margin per unit right now.
Yeah, getting the name out there, getting out there, going and playing around with it. But these are sturdy. They're sturdy units.
Also, one thing I was going to mention is, what did y'all think of the screen when y'all looked in there? It's
There's a nice clear display,
wide screen when you're looking through there.
Especially on that 640, that sucker. It was a big screen, and you could everything you wanted to see. It was right there in there.
There's something else I was going to say. I don't remember what it was. I remember what it was now. Recoil rating.
1,500 Gs, so it's rated up to like 375 H&H mag.
Yeah, because we get a lot of 1,000 G units out there, but now you're looking toward the high recoil. So some of these guys that are wanting to shoot, 300 Win Mag, some of these other cartridges and stuff, and they're always a little bit worried about it. I've always been a 458 SOCOM guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you said 375 H&8, but my 458 doesn't have much recoil as that 375. Like I
Throw
know it
one on
doesn't.
there. Let's see.
Yeah, we're gonna go take this 35 384 and see if we can blow this sucker up.
Might as well.
Let
Or-
me
or
know.
to
Let me
try,
let
man.
me know. Let me
No,
know. And I'll go back to the team and say, hey, it didn't survive 458.
I get
I
so
need
much.
y'all to fix it.
I get so many trash talkers, just talking about, the perfect round. And I know we had a customer in here today chatting about what was the perfect round to shoot, and I have 6mm arc, yeah, some stuff runs away and people are wondering out, ethical shots and all this. I'm like, if I had a scope thing, shoot higher caliber, I'll go shoot higher caliber. I'll go shoot 458 all day long. It's $3.50 a pull, but won't matter where I hit them, they're gonna go down on the ground, But we don't do that all the time.
Let's see
so
you shoot that fox with that. And
yeah,
see what
we'll
happens,
blow that
man.
fox up. Yeah,
You're going to 50 pieces in 50 different directions, man.
we just might do it. We just might just do
That's
it
right.
just for some fun. We may
Yeah,
go take
worth
one of
a
these
try,
out and just see what happens. But my 6mm arc blew a fox in half last night, so I don't know. I mean,
I can just imagine.
yeah, just get that Kyle coming in real close. But no, I mean, we're really excited about these. But I do think that as far as scope style digital night vision units, we have the T20
Yeah.
right here as a digital night vision unit. It doesn't have the optical, but we are looking at all the digital zoom with the turrets there on the side. And we have audio and video recording.
Audio, video, the recoil activated video, same features of like the Leap, same menu type options, except this one's a little bit different. So it's got a button versus just clicking and twisting the side. Twisting and maneuvering things will still
Navigation is still the same.
yeah, like this is still navigation, and then you're clicking the menu button to move things around, and you have a couple buttons up here. You have 3 buttons: the power button, then you have your night vision button, so to switch it between daytime and night vision, and then your recording button. And then the same thing with the record. You just click it once, and that starts the recording, and then you would hold it for a picture. So a lot of times, guys are out there, maybe they didn't hold the record button long enough. All of these is just the one click, and you're already recording, so you don't have to wait, those few seconds before it starts recording.
It doesn't come with an IR light. We just see the IR light.
It does come with an IR
and you do
light.
have rings with
Everything comes
all
with
these.
rings, and this one will come with the rings that you could, and it's got the Picatinny on the ring, so you can attach your illuminator.
And they have their one if you want to use their one. I mean, that one's perfectly fine. But you guys, if I know a lot of guys like to upgrade IR lights. We did play around with some sniper hog light stuff today with some of those, and you can do some upgrades to it still, and have no problem doing that if you guys are wanting to upgrade. That doesn't hurt anything at all. So, it's nice that they already have one coming in there, but I think that the biggest deal that you're going to want to upgrade because of how not cheap, but how affordable this digital night vision unit is.
So that's the big term around here right now is affordable, not cheap.
Get into the market.
Get
into the game is what we like to say.
Well, this one's going to be retailing for $749.
So $749, guys, you can get you a digital night vision unit, any 30mm rings. So, you got an old deer rifle you haven't shot in a couple years. You know what? I want to become a night hunter. There you go. Any 30mm rings you want to put on there and be able to go hunt at night. And then, of course, it does still have the daytime mode as well. So you're not missing out on anything.
Daytime mode and all these screens are, the organic LED screens. So everything on here is crystal clear, especially this one. It's kind of like looking through your phone camera in the screen because it's a digital one.
It's pretty dang clear. So,
no, I mean it was kind of neat looking through them all. I mean, and they're heavy duty, they're sturdy. I mean, and even just like all the focus rings move perfectly. And I'll say that this is a nice little setup here. I was surprised that the price for $749. I mean, that's going to be a heck of a deal here getting in the digital night vision market.
Yeah.
But you're seeing some new units coming out there that $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, $1,500, in the digital night vision market. So they all kind of do about the same, in my opinion. I mean, maybe they're a little bit better here and there, but if you're wanting to get in the market, we always get the guys that are saying, well, I don't have that kind of money to get into thermal. I don't have $2,300 to get into this first thermal here. Well, you got $749.
You can scrounge up $700 bills.
Hey, we'll take it in 4
minimum.
payments.
Yeah.
we'll do a little layaway. It's all right, man. But you can get in the game. So there's no excuse, guys, not to be able to get the games. And I think RIX here is going to have a lot of new products. We already talking about some things that they have coming down the pipeline, and I think that getting these things out in the field and getting some footage for you guys is going to be essential here, just to see, what is this going to look like. But I mean, I can tell you it is impressive so far what we've seen, what we've been able to do with these units, and I can say that it is definitely something that's gonna kind of upset a couple folks out there.
I think some people will be upset. Yeah, that's for sure. Especially once they figure out not only the quality but the visual clarity of the optic, and then
The price tag
and then
behind
the price
it.
tag
They're all-
behind it,
yep.
and trying to figure out
Ruffle some
why
feathers.
and how and things like that.
Well, we have one thing left here on this table here in front of us that's kind of hidden here. And I'll let Ryan. I'll let Ryan talk all about it, man. Because I just got to peek through it in a dark bathroom here against a white wall. That's about it. But this is their night vision.
Yeah, so
their
that's the
night vision binocular.
PG-25, the little night vision monocular helmet mount. It's already got the dovetail mounted in it.
So if you
But
guys, if you go on video here, I'll show you kind of what we're looking like here on the dovetail. I mean, look at that nice compact unit being able to drop down. I mean, if you even want to run a thermal on the other side, I mean, you got plenty of room instead of a bulky PVS 14 on the other side. That this looks like this is going to be a great option here for guys that may want to. We'll run those duals and run those dual setups.
The thing
on here.
about that is especially the guys that want to run duals like that with a thermal or night vision, is that one's only 8 ounces. So
Yeah, I mean,
even
it's
running with
extremely
that
light.
one by itself on your helmet, you don't need no counterweight. You hardly notice it.
You'll forget it's there.
I did 5 years in the Marine Corps, so we ran the PVS 14s all the time. And me personally, I hated them. They're heavy, bulky. A lot of times I push it off to the side because the moon was so bright, and I could see the ground a lot easier than I could with the night
Looking through
vision.
that and
I
messing
mean,
with that.
I definitely can attest to the quality because Ryan has banged the shit out of this thing. It is all scuffed up, but it still works.
Hey,
you have been rough on this thing.
So that
and
one,
it is still
I
working.
have. I've been rough on it and just kind of testing around. It's always in my backpack or my pocket, like just kind of tossing it around. Like I don't even know where the eye cup is for
Most
this
guys
one.
don't need that stuff anyway.
Bottom of the backpack somewhere.
Yeah. I don't even know where that is. This lens is kind of scuffed up, but looking through it, it's
Yeah, I mean,
it's one of the clearest, if not the clearest MVG that you can look through before you're getting into quad tubes or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too to mention. That little compact little deal right there. What is the price on it?
$19.99. And so a lot of people, I don't know if I have any cards
That's
on me,
$2,000, not $20.
but they took a business
Not $200.
Yeah, they took a business card. What did I say? $19.99 or $199?
Yeah. But we'll just
$19.99.
make sure it's $2,000, not $200,
Okay, yeah.
not $20.
Yeah,
Some
$2,000.
smart.
I like the
some
TV
smart
commercial, man.
But
I
if
like the
you
TV
take
commercial.
you take a business card and you could basically put it on top, like it barely covered.
Yeah,
the business
I mean,
card.
this is really cool. I mean, and we're just doing green right now, right?
Just doing green. I don't think they have any plans to do white. And like we were talking about earlier about the night vision guys that get real picky. I mean, they can take it apart, pull it apart, take out the tubes, put their own white in there. There's a lot of guys that want to blank.
Oh, I didn't realize you could upgrade it.
I mean, if
That's
you wanted
cool.
to,
I guess
you
you just
could.
nitrogen purge it and you're good to roll.
Yeah. Which I've had a lot of people ask about. I mean, because we got several other night vision products, but they always ask if they can get certain stuff without tubes.
Swapping tubes. Or,
Yeah, without tubes, they just want the housing, and then they'll put their own tubes in there.
I mean, it's nice. It's nice to come back. CR123 battery.
Like I was saying earlier, I've had this battery in since January, since SHOT Show.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
I mean, it's clear enough, guys. If you want to use it to walk through fields, to drive with, it is clear enough to see in there. Now, it's kind of a Gen 2 plus kind of looking,
It's a Gen 2 Plus.
And I mean, that's perfectly fine. I mean, I only drive a Gen 2 myself. It's like I'm not. Yes, I run thermal night vision company, but I'm don't run around with Gen 3. I just don't see the don't see the point. I don't really
Driving
go hunt
through
with
a
our
field with your headlights off or whatever, so you're not spooking stuff with your headlights. You can't beat this one.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's sitting there wanting to run dual stuff. I mean, you're sitting there flipping it up, flipping it down, which we were just talking about how I can't run 2 displays in my eyes because I can't do it. It makes me sick.
Yeah.
But
You get all-
just being able to have the options to flip up, flip down with thermal back to the night vision, I mean, that's going to be really cool to be able to do. I mean, this is going to be something interesting. So we're going to try to get those. We'll get those out in the field. Probably no way to record any videos, but I'll probably get me an eyepiece recorder and I'll put it in there and show some guys kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, that's what you need to get.
Yeah, so we'll rig something up and we'll get some videos for guys to see what it looks like through that little deal. But I mean, compact, $2,000, go drive at night. Same. What's the warranty on this one?
5 years, same thing.
Cool. Well, I mean, there's a lot of cool, and it's not digital; it's tubes, guys. So some of the people will always ask that.
Yeah, I think it is 19 millimeter tubes.
Cool. And so, and it does have a built-in IR light. I did notice that.
Mm-hmm.
So it does have a little IR light, just kind of like PVS-14.
I don't know if they'll be able to pick up the red dot or
I don't
not.
know. Maybe,
We can
maybe
try,
not.
maybe.
But it worked. I mean, we turned it on. We sitting there in compact, compact spaces, being able to turn it on. I mean, it was a good bright little light on there, and it's small.
It's not bad because I was out hunting this past weekend and I use it especially for
Cloud cover, no lights, no stars. And
yeah,
everything.
like that. But also where they're at is they got a lot of spiders. So trying to walk through trees, or even if you're on the
a
road.
little arachnophobia.
No, I just hate being in the web. And I mean, they make a web the whole size of the freaking road, so you can see it before you walk into that stupid thing.
Hey, not for pigs, only for spiders.
Use it for spiders.
my skeeter getter.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Hey, at least you're not scared of the dark. We have guys on here, scared of the dark, running around at night.
Oh
But
yeah,
that's
be
all
sure to
right.
check out one of the podcasts coming up here soon. You might recognize one of them guys.
But no, I'm really excited that Ryan was able to come in and join us today, and it was really awesome to get here and see new products. But we'll be getting out there and review them. We'll see when we get this episode out. We're going to try to get this out pretty soon because he is going to be at Texas Trophy Hunters shows
Yes.
down here in Texas, and I know he's hopping around a bunch of other shows, probably nationwide here as hunting season coming up. But if you're down here in Texas, you come down and visit. It's going to be at any of these expos. You can come by and catch him. We're going to be there as well with Feral Texas Outdoors, so you want to come by and catch us and be like, hey, where's Ryan? I want to see some of those new scopes. Maybe Ryan will let us have a couple over there at the booth, and maybe you can come by and see them. And you can come see us over there, guys, and we'd be happy to chat with you and show you some of these new products that are going to be launched here in 2023.
Yeah.
We're ready to
yeah,
roll
they're-
because
yeah,
we're ready to roll,
to
right?
go. Yeah.
Yes, to say we're ready to roll.
Yeah. So these will be full production September 1st.
Okay, perfect. Right before hunting season kind of kicks off here.
These ones are ready now. These ones are ready now. These will be ready September 1st.
Perfect.
Just
So
to clarify.
Be just in time for everybody
oh yeah, everybody
getting ready to buy and get
roll.
ready up
Get
for the
new-
for the varmint season.
Yeah, getting new gear, get the pre-orders in and ready
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah. Pre-orders right now.
Well, guys, that's going to wrap us up here for the Hunting After Dark podcast. So please check us out. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're over here on Spotify, YouTube, and then, of course, you can always catch us at Feral Texas Outdoors with any information as well if you want to get set up in any of these optics. But if you want to reach out to us, of course, Hunting After Dark podcast at gmail.com, or you can message us, of course, on any social media platforms. If you have any questions about these and want to get in touch, try to figure out what's going on with these RIX scopes, we'll always be able to happy to help you out, guys. But thank you, Ryan. Really appreciate it, man.
Thanks for
it was a
having me,
blast
man.
hanging out with you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
But thank you, guys.